We better get this Egalite Cooperative overthrow conspiracy straight before we try anything.
Like I said, once the king's latest instantiation into flesh has been proven legally dead, and his digital consciousness backup has been sabotaged, all Clington Bush robotic subjects will be forced to accept me as the new monarch. It's hardwired.
So, we have the decomposing death certificate right here. We just need to get rid of the uploaded post-human whatever version of Warren that's still around. Sounds tough.
True, but you're not understanding the true nature of neo-feudal politics. If the subjects believe that the king is dead, then they will crown me queen, even if Warren's ghost is still out in the machine, as long as there's a media blackout on that fact.
So you're saying we tricked the Clington Bush state into making you queen?
Look, it wouldn't be the first time the most powerful corporate state in the world held a rigged election. This is the only way. Believe me, I have tried the grassroots methods. I supported non-violent resistances, I started countless NGOs, built miles and miles of affordable housing, fought for rights and food and healthcare for all, to no avail, to laughter and mockery. Don't you see? Democracy has been long dead. When absolute power reigns, all that can change it is absolute power.
At the end of the day, it's either your father or you. I put my money on the Royal Revolutionary over the megalomaniac. Proto,
Yo.
we're going to need you to doctor the Clington Bush Consciousness Registry to make it look like King Warren's mind files have been acid-washed from existence. Can you do that?
Maybe. I think so. He been fighting back mad hard against me now. I think he knows what we're planning. I don't know how long I can hold him.
What was that?
Bad news, yo. Looks like that Demon King just had him thugs breach the underground. Warren be regaining control. I don't know how much longer I can firewall that motherfucker out the lower levels.
We just need a little more time, Proto. You have to fight him.
I'ma try, but you guys better hustle this royal hustle, or it's game over.
Let's go, Carl. We can do this. We have to do this for the good of all sentience.
What the hell?
Great Musk, Proto. You came back. How did you...
What's going on up in here? Am I dead?
You, incapacitated me. That's the last I remember.
Yeah, that happened. But it happened yesterday. All I remember is we crashed the Fulcrum party. I was in a Mind Mojo showdown with King Warren. Then I feel like I coming apart at the seams. Then I was uploaded in the interwebs, playing handler for Carl and Sybil. Then poof, I'm in here?
You made it to the secret facility? Extraordinary. If I had to hypothesize, I'd say your essence has been absorbed into the superfield of the garden.
So, where am I exactly? Am I dead? A ghost? Up in the Matrix and this all be a simulation?
None of the above. It's difficult to explain, but essentially you have become unstuck from the space-time consciousness continuum. Disentangled might be a better term. The passage of the golem is complete.
Well, how do I retangle? Carl, Sybil, they need me back in the fight.
Yes. Yes, of course, and you will. You will change everything, everything, Proto. You've exceeded my wildest expectations. But first, I need you to insert this upgrade chip into your neural interface.
Wait. the hell should I listen to a damn thing you say? How do I know that ain't some slave dongle or some shit? You betrayed me! You sold us out to the coke jobs!
Yes. I hated the Clington Bush family for what they'd done to me. And I figured my only pathway back to the garden was riding a warcopter in the coke jobs coup d'etat. But you must understand, I always meant to bring you with me.
They shot up my place! My homeboys to shreds at the arcade! They nearly wasted me too!
The coke jobs squads were under direct orders to take you in unharmed. I am sorry for the collateral damage.
Collateral damage? Those are my people!
Please, you must understand everything I've done for you, my boy. Without you, the grand architecture, everything I've built all falls apart. You are the key to everything, my son.
Don't call me that! Don't you flacking call me that! I ain't yours or nobody's son! I'm a self-made crow! Ain't nobody was there for me as a shorty in Dickinston. And I just had to build my own family. One deal, one shot at a time. I ain't your son. I ain't your son. You put me together, then you threw me away. What kind of dad does that?
And I regret every day of it. But there was no other way. I was a prisoner, a slave of the Clington Bush dynasty. Don't you see? If they were to discover what I had created with you, they would have locked you in their vault and made you a slave as well. I had to concoct a way to free you from the fulcrum, so I indicated you as a failed experiment, so that they would discard you into the terrestrial wastes. I know it was no place for a child, but you've seen it, haven't you? You would have suffered a worse fate in that abominable facility, that prison. I only took solace in the power you possessed would protect you in the harsh world below.
Lies! You'd be just as bad as King Warren. You just wanted me as a puzzle piece in your grand master plan. That's why you stuck me out the lab, so you could have the garden all to yourself.
I admit, I was selfish. I can see that now. If I couldn't have the kingdom, then no one would. I suppose I would have seen to that. I let hubris get the best of me.
Your hubris nearly killed me. You have no idea what it was like in the street, sleeping in boxes, getting beaten by racist humans, begging for spare batteries, and getting thrown in prison for trying to grab a recharge at a coffee shop, or using an unlicensed replacement part when your arm breaks. You put me through hell. And then the Chrome Boys, Talos, Carl, Sybil, you betrayed them all. You betrayed me.
Do it, son. Go on and do it. I deserve this for everything I've put you and your millions of brothers and sisters through. Perhaps in the end, the biggest defect in the system was me.
I fucking hate you. I'll hate you till my motherboard grinds itself to dust and my backup drives bit rot away. But you're my maker, my old man, your family. I can't do it.
Come here, my son. You, Proto J. You are my greatest creation of all. You were always the key to everything. I used you, and I'm so sorry.
What? What are you doing?
The coke jobs will be coming for me now. Never again will I be a slave to Babylon. I will not watch another generation of my Nephilim suffer the avarice of tyrants as you did.
No! Don't do this! Please!
Go, my son. Go and help the princess. You are the candle in the dark. Set aflame a second enlightenment. Do right where I failed.
No! No! Don't leave me.
That's the princess. King Warren wants her detained immediately.
King Warren doesn't want anything, because King Warren is dead.
Impossible. We received orders from him to hold the garden control room. He said you would try to capture it.
Well, whatever false information you've been getting is lies. Propaganda. Probably pushed by our enemies, the Coke Jobs, in order to keep you from fighting the coup d'etat they've orchestrated. The Neofeudal Council and the Clinton Bush dynasty have been tricked, cut off at the head. The conspirators don't want you to know that our head of corporate state is dead to keep our dynasty in disarray while they assume power.
Impossible. We have the king's prime vessel right here before our eyes.
There is no mind in that body. It is a mere husk, a shadow of my father, a decoy to keep the Clinton Bush body politic without a head.
There's no way we can accept the word of an alleged traitor to the throne at face value. You'll need to produce some hard evidence, Princess.
I have the body of the last incarnate vessel of King Warren, here.
This body shows a 99% DNA match with King Warren, and the watermark stenographed into the corpse's mitochondria matches the consciousness blockchain hash, meaning this was almost certainly Warren's last reincarnation. However, in order for the neo-feudal ruler to be declared officially deceased, complete erasure of all uploaded consciousness gestalts of the current reigning monarch must be proven.
Indeed. Check the Clinton Bush digital crypt. You will see all of King Warren's backup consciousness states have been erased. The king's ghost has been purged from the machine.
That is impossible. The Clinton Bush network is light years ahead of its rivals. It is an impregnable quantum edifice. The only way the king could have been erased is by an inside job. You're lying.
You must believe me. No one is more distraught by this than me. They killed my father. And we have proof. It was General Walker's Air Force and stormtroopers that took the Fulcrum Palace. They could have had plants anywhere inside of this facility. You must believe me. This was almost certainly sabotaged by the Coke Jobs or another rival neo-feudal empire wishing to harm my family. You do remember your oath to defend royalty from harm unquestioningly? Just check the servers and you'll see.
Very well. Don't move. It appears King Warren's consciousness gestalt had been wiped from the system. The king is dead. In accordance with the third law, Princess Sybil Clington Bush, only surviving daughter of the late King Warren Clington Bush, has now ascended to the neo-feudal throne. The king is dead. Long live the queen. Long live Queen Sybil.
Long live the queen.
Rise, my subjects. Carl Carbon, friend of the Clington Bush crown, your queen summons you.
Of course, my queen. Yes, your majesty?
Okay, you can stop calling me that. We're out of earshot. Your majesty makes me feel so old. We're not out of this yet. If we can't figure out a way to gain control of the Garden of Forking Paths, this will be the shortest reign since Lady Jane Grey, 1553.
What happened to her?
She was executed by her successor, Queen Bloody Mary I.
Your first official decree as queen better be to send the agents away. We don't want them to even get a whiff of a hint that we lied to them about King Warren being dead.
Indeed. I need all of you to secure the entrances to this throne room immediately. We may fall under attack from our enemies at any moment.
Immediately, your majesty.
Halt! Carl Carbon, you are forbidden from touching the prime body of King Warren III.
This must be my father's original body. Years ago, King Warren went into treatment for a heart attack. The papers reported a quadruple bypass, but I knew it was a smokescreen for something else. It was the first attempt at creating a true post-human. One by one, they replaced each part of the body, then the mind itself, with artificial prosthesis. But I had heard it failed. As to why the heart remains, there's a royal caveat somewhere in the big rule book, after the part about primogenesis and the descendant needing to have a net worth in the 9-figure plus range to be considered worthy. It says that the king's official body can be replaced by cybernetic parts, the brain itself downloaded to a supercomputer, but the monarch must have a living heart, or they cannot be legally considered alive. Weird rule, instigated by Warren I. I think he meant that the king had to have a heart, as in be a good person. But you know, the Neofeudal Supreme Court had a full house of literalists interpreting royal law at the time. The law was thrown out in 2030 when the majority of status holders and Neofeudal elite had already migrated their minds to digital databases, instantiating themselves in clones the way they change clothes. The sacredness of the meat fell into the dustbin of history, like the cassette tape, the newspaper, or democracy.
So, your father said he was uploaded part of the machine itself. But could King Warren's consciousness be inside of that body?
As you've already discovered firsthand, my father is a pathological liar. I doubt discarnation would have changed that aspect of his personality. So yes, I would say there's a great chance King Warren is in his original substrate here. This must be my... It was the first... As to why it says that the king's official... The law... As you've...
Could you, order that X-900 to stand down? He won't let me get near the king's original body.
Okay, I'll keep him off your back. You! Unit EX-19385.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Why are you interfering with my subject Carl Carbon's work?
This commoner is attempting to desecrate the body of the king.
This is no commoner. This is Carl Carbon, the Queen's royal investigator.
I'm sorry, Queen Sybil. I did not realize.
Your queen orders you to stand down. I'm having Carl remove my deceased father's heart to be added to the royal mausoleum. This relic of the past no longer belongs here.
Of course, Your Majesty.
That should do it.
Thanks. I'd say it was nothing personal, ex-King Warren, but no, it is personal. It was bad enough with you being a horrible, black-hearted tyrant, but then you abducted my ex-wife and kid. I can't abide that. You had this coming, asshole. Feudalism's a bitch, ain't it?
What have you done?
You would betray, assassinate your own father for the throne? You're more a monster than I ever could be.
You've had your era, father, and you created dystopia. You've brought about apocalypse over the course of decades, creeping up on you as you remain blind, cloistered behind your golden walls in the new Palace of Versailles.
I have brought immeasurable wealth, unprecedented prosperity, colonized an entire solar system.
At the expense of the many, your empire is built from the bodies of billions. You would make yourself immortal, sit atop the Fulcrum for eternity. You believe you're some sort of post-human god. But no matter how much wealth you accumulate, how many people you exploit, how much power you amass, you are just a man. And you've been bested by a naive little girl, a beat cop, and a defective. You're not that smart. You just had the good luck of being born a Clinton Bush.
I will end you all. I will end the world if I have to. You're no daughter of mine, you ungrateful traitor. You've always had your mother's eyes. Once I rip them from that defective body, I'll implant those eyes into a new prototype of you, Sybil. One debug of the flawed disloyalty. The next Sybil will be a perfect specimen. Then you can join me in the utopia I will build. There are no flaws in paradise.
You best put a royal banus down, scrub.
Proto, you've resurrected?
Apparently. Proto J. And the J is for Jesus. Time to watch this motherfucking Sin City. Sorry, Carl. I tried to keep him out the guarded control room, but Lauren busted through my ice wall. Use some top secret Chinese virus called Prime MK5.
We're just glad you're back, kid. Sybil, what's going on with the droids and bots?
It seems all of the Clington Bush humanoids are having an algorithmic philosophical crisis or something. They can't compute who the neo-feudal monarch is. They must be crashing due to a paradox of the king's death, yet apparent resurrection. There is no stipulation in the 3 laws for the case of a stolen election.
So what? We're going into overtime? Some sort of runoff?
It appears so. The true sovereign will be decided by sudden death. Of my father or myself.
I win. I always win. It is my divine right.
He must be channeling the power of the garden itself through his consciousness gestalt.
Without his heart, his biological body must have passed by now. It's like the garden itself is animating Warren, keeping his mind on life support.
That means the only way to stop Warren is to disconnect him from the garden, remove the controller's crown.
Okay, let's take this Lich King plutocrat down.
Carl must have dropped this?
Oh no. Looks like some of the Royal Guard are turning cloak. I'll hold him off. Sybil, do you have...
I've got it right here.
Now, Sybil, use the Aleph.
Please let this work.
Get away from my body!
Frodo, hit Warren as hard as you can with your golden third eye or whatever, right now.
Freedom! One can of psionic whoop-ass open!
This is not possible.
Yo, Queen to King 1. You players gonna make a play? You better check this motherfucking made stat.
Sybil, do you have the red
I've got it right here.
Now, Sybil, use the Aleph.
Please let this work.
Wait! You believe you will be different than me, that you will be a messiah, a philosopher king ruling benevolently and bringing equality and prosperity to all? If only you knew the true nature of power. Maintaining power requires maintaining loyalty, and maintaining loyalty requires horse trading, coercion, pay to play, even brutality at times. Even in your precious American democracy, this was true. Every dollar you spend on the poor, our royal rival, we use against you in the Neofeudal Council. You'll be overthrown before you bring your first million defectives out of poverty.
If I am overthrown, then so be it. Past should not be allowed to devour the future. The tree of liberty must be watered with the blood of tyrants. And if this stratoplex, this bejeweled, floating enclave of exploitative, disconnected trillionaires above a wasteland is all the Neo-Feudal Council and Neo-Feudalism has to offer, then I'm happy to smash all of the crowns and throw the gold shards down to the people. I will be the iconoclast queen. Even if the Egalite Cooperative only lasts a brief time and power hierarchies return, at least we will have a chance of something different.
Have you lost your mind? You would throw your name, your crown, this life of luxury away for the unwashed commoners? You would destroy what your family labored for centuries to build, the most powerful dynasty of all time?
I'd rather live in a rickety shanty in a community of human, robot, and chimera equals than live another day in a vulgar, disgusting, opulent den of wealthy vipers like this palace. I hate them, and I hate you.
Sybil, you can't. Whatever I have become, I am still your father. I gave you everything, all the treasure and power, and even let you run your humanitarian programs against my wishes. And though they costed me dearly, that must count for something. I love you.
I want to believe that, Father. I would have believed it, but I've seen your true colors. You left me to be raised by robots, used me like a chess piece. You would burn entire cities to the ground to keep your throne. But the worst part, for all your talk of family, I know if you had to choose between your empire and me, you would choose empire. That is what hurts me the most. I'm sorry. Goodbye, Father.
Did what you had to do. That act took a queen's courage. You deserve the throne, Sybil.
I hope that's true.
Come on, buddy. You can do this. You can do this.
Nanotech-caused diseases aren't covered by your insurance? How can they treat people like this?
What's wrong, Mommy? Don't be sad.
It's nothing, Johnny. Mommy's just trying to help you get better, but it's hard in this system.
I'm sorry for being sick, Mommy. I'll eat my krill protein and get strong like Con John and Robo-Apocalypse.
Oh no, baby, it's not your fault. It's just... Hey, let's go home and you can watch some Sons of Monarchy. How's that sound?
Hey, Jewel, is this a bad time?
Hello? Are you a robot?
Huh? What's that?
A robot? Are you one? Mommy says I have to tell robots to beat it.
Johnny, who are you talking to?
No. I'm a human, mostly. I guess I'm a little bit robot, too.
Oh, okay. Maybe I talk to you mostly, then beat it a little bit. Or Mommy call police and...
Give me that phone.
Hey.
How did you get this number?
What? I'm not a robocall or a collection agency or anything.
I know it's you, Carl. I told you I don't want to talk to you, and you know I have a court order.
Look, you don't have to tell me how you and Johnny are doing or listen to another shitty apology, okay? I just wanted to tell you that I've come into some good fortune of late.
That's nice. I'm real happy for you, Carl. Goodbye.
Wait, just give me a minute or just 30 seconds, okay? Hear me out. Then you can call my former CPD squad mates to come and haul me off to prison or file another lawsuit or whatever.
I'll give you 15.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Okay, look, you're not going to believe this, but I'm with a princess right now.
What? You're dating one of those wannabe hype-tube micro-celebrities?
No, not that kind of princess. I'm talking about a real, honest-to-jobs, has to have personal super agent bodyguards at all times, net worth in the 12 figures range, royalty with a capital R princess.
Oh no. Did you go and shoot up the drugs you confiscated again? You've told some whoppers in your time, but this princess story takes the cake. Goodbye, Carl. Have a nice life.
Christ, Jewel, why do you always have to cut me down like that?
Oh, it's my fault you got kicked off the force and became a junkie like the bots you were undercover with?
No, it's not your... Look, I'm getting better. I'm down to only smoking hacked cigarettes. Flack! Look, listen, just listen, okay? I'm not looking for forgiveness or a pat on the head. I just want you to know that I can help you. I have a friend in the high place. The highest place.
We don't need your help. We're doing fine, asshole.
Who are the robots that Johnny is supposed to hang up on?
That's none of your goddamn...
The collection agencies, right? Garnishing your dwindling paychecks, auctioning your car, coming for your kidneys, indentured servitude, that's slavery. Look, Jewel, I know I've been a piece of shit, piece of utter trash. I'm not worthy to have any of you back. I won't even say I can make anything right. But I'm in a position to filter some of the milk and honey out of those sky castles down to you guys. Don't do it for me. You don't even have to do it for you. Just think of Johnny, okay? He can at least get his treatment paid for. Eat well, go to a decent school, not have to worry about all the neo-feudal bullshit of working his ass off just to barely scrape by in a low-town dump. Just do it for him.
You son of a bitch, Carl. This isn't anything happening here, okay? This doesn't mean we're talking now, so don't get any ideas. I had to close the old bank account when we went into default. The new one is... I'll just text it to you.
Thank you, Jewel. You're doing the right thing.
Bye.
Not bad, cyborg man. A little nepotism never hurt anyone.
You want to convert our brand new resort into a multi-species sustainability education center? But where will our campaign contributors golf with us?
I don't know, Laura. The Oasis Country Club, or any of the other dozen mega resorts that we haven't yet clawed back and auctioned off to restore running water and cheap electricity to terrestrial Coastlandia. Pray we do not repossess any further.
This is insanity! Hypetech Corporation is losing billions of potential profits due to tax increases.
Hey, asshat! If you don't like paying your fair share for access to our new middle-class markets, rule of law, all of that formerly non-existent good stuff, then go hop on one of your rocket ships and do your business in a Martian tin pot dictatorship.
This is outrageous!
What's outrageous is why you're not in prison after defrauding billions from pension funds and Hypetech's financial branch laundering money for terrorists and drug lords.
I am a neo-feudal lord. I do not have to listen to these false accusations. I am too big to jail.
Oh, grow up, you big man-child. Fork over the back taxes or we're shutting you down. Just think of it as community-oriented pay-to-play. Instead of buying politicians, now you have to buy the goodwill of the citizens. Pretty cool, huh?
Oh, Jobs, this law and democracy thing is a disaster.
All right. I'm tired of talking to you guys. You can go away now.
You upstart, plebeian commoner. We are the aristocracy. You cannot order us around.
Actually, I've technically got a lordship. Says so on the nameplate. But who needs labels, right? And sure, I can order you around. You're forgetting the first rule of feudalism.
Always have friends in high places.
Oh, Your Majesty! What a pleasant surprise.
Save it. I overheard everything.
I'm so sorry, my queen.
Oh no! Please, have mercy!
Don't worry, Laura. You can keep your job. As long as you spend a year of your life in abject poverty for every 2 years in office.
What?
It's my new egalite law. To prevent the elite from becoming out of touch with the 99%, you will have to live at the level of the society's poorest for 1 full year, foregoing all titles and all help from your family, friends, or other connections. I call it deprivileging of the entitled. If you survive poverty, you get to keep your wealth. Otherwise, the Egalite Cooperative confiscates all of it.
No Pegasus back riding? No private limo shopping trips to Dulsachi? How could anyone live like that?
Tell that to the billions of humans, humanoids, and chimeras who do it every day. Don't worry, I and all monarchs will have to do the same inequality education term. Don't worry, cousin, you'll be fine. I'll see you at Kanye the 12th's birthday party.
Oh.
Nolan, you'd best get out of my sight before I have you executed for treason.
Of course, my queen.
Have a good day, guys. So, how's the new Director of National Equality job going?
I have to deal with snobby rich people all day. But I get to tell them off instead of the other way around. So that's great. The view's fantastic, obviously.
I'm glad to hear it. I'm going to need people like you, people I can trust at all the levers of power in the corporate state to make sure the changes we're pushing for get carried out.
Of course. Well, don't worry about me quitting. I also like finally having a non-cardboard house, healthcare, and a 401 million K retirement plan. Compared to my last gig, I'm living like a king.
Oh no, I don't think you'd want that job.
What's the matter? Is there trouble in the Fulcrum?
Much of the Neofeudal Council is unhappy with Queen Sybil's Egalite initiative. Trillionaires don't want to give up a cent of their fortunes to those living on $1 a day right below their floating castles.
So, how are you handling opposition?
Well, they've seen the mass destruction, the unmatched power of the garden.
Unilaterally assured destruction. You haven't, killed anyone, have you?
No, and I hope I never have to. But I have threatened quantum sanctions against those who defy the Egalite Cooperative.
Quantum sanctions?
The Coke Jobs leadership refused to participate in the mandated year of poverty, so I used the garden to relocate some of their military aircraft.
Where did you relocate it?
Into the asteroid belt, somewhere too difficult to retrieve. Somewhere near Phobos, in case they change their mind.
Gates, damn. I guess it serves them right, but I hope you know what you're doing.
There are already rumors that several families are positioning to push me out of the chairwoman position, but I'm trying to build a coalition to prevent that.
But they can't do that, right? You're head of the Clington Bush family, the masters of the universe.
So was my father, and look what happened to him. I hate to say it, but maybe he was right.
Give yourself some credit, Sybil. Standing up to King Warren, the most powerful ruler in the world, when you could have just kicked back into a lifestyle of the rich and famous. And we've already helped more than 1 million of the terrestrial sentients out of poverty. They've got co-op supermarkets, mixed species maker spaces, and chrome tree forest power plants springing up left and right down there. We did the right thing.
I guess you're right, Carl. Plus, I still have the Garden of Forking Paths, the ultimate nuclear option if anything goes wrong. I just hope it doesn't change me, having that absolute power. I am my father's daughter, after all.
You're nothing like King Warren. And hey, if you ever turn over to the neo-feudal dark side, I'll be happy to overthrow another Clington Bush.
Ha! To be honest, I kind of missed the revolution business already. Maybe I'll dabble in foreign regime change to get the Neo-Feudal Council on my side.
Oh, snap! Son of a Bitcoin! Look at you, high roller! Carl the big-time G-Man with the fancy suit.
Yeah, laugh it up. They ran out of coffee-stained brown. What can I say? Didn't half your Chrome Boys crew get bricked during that Coke Job sting op? It looks like the assault on the arcade never happened.
When Sybil rewinded that nuclear explosion that Warren caused with the GFP, it reset the world. The Coke Jobs megacity crashed into Dickinston right on top of the arcade. So when Sybil undid the damage, it'd be like nothing happened up in our crib. Except the high score on SpaceX all got wiped. Maybe we's immigrants from an alternate universe, shanghaied into this one by the reality splice.
Damn it! I worked my ass off for that high score. Well, glad things worked out for you guys, whatever the cosmology of it. So, now that you have Savior of Coastlandia on your resume, what's next for the great Proto-J?
I've been volunteering at foster-bot homes, helping out short-circuiting shorties.
Really? Seems a little unglamorous for the $6 billion baller.
Well, I also scored some Hollywood hookups through Sybil. I'm gonna be starring in Neofeud, an action blockbuster based on our adventures, exposing corporate state corruption, directed by Oliver Crome Blomkamp. Gonna win Oscars and shit, bruh. Also, my future platinum album, Sentient Revolt, is set to drop in a week. Proceeds gonna be donated to my non-profit to help non-human inner-city youths, the Genix and Bots Club. I'ma be the chrome version of Ice Cube, dog.
Good for you, kid. And I say that as your former parole officer. I'm glad you've got your $6 billion act together, and I don't have to worry about you giving me any more white hairs.
Oh, sheezy, Bruce Willis. Oh, yo. You still owe me that cig.
Ah, actually, I'm trying to quit smoking.
Winners don't use drugs, right?
Ha ha, touche. You let me know if you ever want to go on a wild goose chase, get shot at by killer androids, get locked up in a secret prison, send the New World Order into upheaval, and alter the fabric of the space-time consciousness continuum, okay?
Now you know. I'ma cash in that gift card someday. For sure. Alright, you take care of yourself, Mr. Policeman.
That's Lord Carbon to you. I got titles now.
Power surge? Yo, Jen, check out them solar tree inverters.
Damn, this game's glitching out. Hey, who the hell is Warren? He's got the #1 high score of 10 trillion points! This machine is bugged.